Hi, hi, hi. Welcome back, English learners. Let me ask you a very personal question. When someone says, "How would you describe yourself?" Do all your English words suddenly disappear?
And one lonely word remains?
Exactly. I say, "Well, I'm nice."
Only nice?
Sometimes I add, "friendly." Then I look proud, like I have just completed a very difficult examination.
So you know your personality, but your vocabulary refuses to cooperate.
Yes, I can describe my best friend perfectly. She is warm, confident, funny, generous, organized, and occasionally dramatic.
Occasionally?
She may be listening. But when I describe myself, I become nice, friendly, good.
If that happens to you, here is the good news. The problem is probably not that you have a boring personality.
Thank you. I was becoming concerned.
The problem is that you may only know a few general personality words. You may also be afraid of sounding arrogant, negative, or unnatural.
So today, we will learn how to describe ourselves honestly without sounding like, "I am amazing at everything and everyone loves me."
That might be slightly too confident.
Slightly?
By the end of this episode, you will know how to describe your social style, work style, strengths, weaknesses, communication habits, and personality in different situations.
And you will practice speaking with us from the beginning. Complete this sentence aloud. I would describe myself as.
Now add a reason. I would describe myself as blank because.
Maybe you said, I would describe myself as reliable because people can trust me to do what I promise.
Excellent. Here is our first important message. A personality word becomes powerful when you show it in action.
I'm Ava.
And I'm Alex. Welcome to Speak English with Podcast.
Today, let's move beyond nice.
And describe the real you in natural English.
Why describing yourself feels difficult. Alex, why is it easier to describe another person than ourselves?
Because we can observe another person from the outside. We notice what they do. We see how they speak. We remember how they react.
But when describing ourselves, we begin overthinking.
Exactly. You may ask, is this word too positive? Will I sound arrogant? Is this adjective correct? Am I really organized? What if my family hears this and starts laughing?
That last one is a serious risk.
It can be. Another problem is that personality changes by situation. You may be quiet with strangers, but talkative with close friends. You may be relaxed at home, but highly organized at work.
For example, at work, I write lists. At home, I sometimes put an important paper somewhere safe and then never see it again.
That is a very safe place.
Extremely safe. Even I cannot find it.
Personality words should describe general patterns, not every moment of your life. You do not need to be patient every second to call yourself patient.
Especially in traffic.
Exactly. Use words such as, I'm usually, I tend to be, I can be. People often describe me as. In professional situations, I'm. With close friends, I'm.
These phrases make the description more balanced and realistic.
Yes, instead of saying, I'm always confident, say, I'm generally confident when I'm prepared.
That sounds more natural and honest. 4 common mistakes. Mistake 1. Using only general words. The first mistake is depending on words such as nice, good, friendly, smart.
These words are correct, but they are broad. Broad means general and not very specific.
Instead of only saying nice, we can say kind, thoughtful, warm, supportive, considerate.
Considerate means you think about other people's feelings and needs. For example, I'm considerate. I try to notice when someone feels uncomfortable or needs help.
Mistake 2. Listing too many adjectives. Some learners answer like this. I'm friendly, kind, honest, hardworking, creative, intelligent, confident, flexible, patient, organized.
And the list continues until next Tuesday.
The interviewer may need lunch.
Choose 2 or 3 strong traits, then explain them. 2 explained traits are more memorable than 12 unexplained words. Mistake 3. Choosing words that are too strong.
For example, I'm perfect.
That is risky.
I'm brilliant.
Possible, but you need strong evidence.
I am the most talented person in my office.
That may sound arrogant. Arrogant means believing or acting as if you are better than other people.
A softer sentence could be, I'm confident in my communication skills, but I'm always open to learning. Mistake 4. Naming a trait without proof.
Compare these answers. I'm reliable. And I'm reliable. When I promise to complete something, I organize my time and make sure it gets done.
The second answer feels believable.
Exactly. A trait tells us what you believe about yourself. An example shows us why.
The trait proof contrast method. Here is our first main method. We call it the trait proof contrast method.
Step 1. Name the trait. Step 2. Give proof. Step 3. Add contrast or balance.
Let us hear an example.
Trait. I'm quite sociable. Proof. I enjoy meeting new people and starting conversations. Contrast. However, after a busy social event, I usually need some quiet time.
That sounds much more human than, I am an extrovert. I love people all the time.
Exactly. Another example. I'm organized. I normally plan my tasks and write down important deadlines. However, I can be more relaxed during weekends.
My turn. I'm patient. I listen carefully when someone needs time to explain a problem. However, I can become impatient with myself when I make small mistakes.
Excellent. Now let's practice. Choose one trait. Reliable, calm, creative, friendly, independent, curious, patient, organized. Complete. I would describe myself as add proof. For example, now add balance. However,
Excellent. You have just created a complete and natural personality description.
social personality vocabulary. Let's begin with words that describe how you behave around people. Friendly,
A friendly person behaves in a warm and pleasant way. I'm friendly and I try to make new people feel welcome. Warm.
a warm person makes others feel comfortable and cared for. My sister is warm. People relax quickly when they speak to her. Approachable,
An approachable person seems easy to talk to. I try to be approachable at work, so people feel comfortable asking questions. Outgoing.
an outgoing person enjoys social situations and often starts conversations. I'm outgoing, especially when I'm in a relaxed group. Sociable,
A sociable person enjoys spending time and talking with other people. I'm sociable, but I also value time alone. Reserved.
a reserved person does not share personal thoughts or feelings quickly. I can be reserved when I first meet someone. Shy,
A shy person may feel nervous or uncomfortable in social situations. I used to be shy when speaking to large groups.
introverted, An introverted person often prefers quieter environments and may need time alone to regain energy. It does not automatically mean shy or unfriendly.
So I could say, I'm fairly introverted. I enjoy spending time with people, but I recharge by being alone.
Recharge means to regain energy, like charging a phone.
Some people recharge with quiet time. Others recharge by calling 8 friends.
Different batteries.
Very different phone plans. Quiet, shy, reserved, or introverted. These 4 words confuse many learners. Let's compare them clearly.
Quiet describes behavior. A quiet person does not speak much.
Shy describes nervousness or discomfort. A shy person may want to speak but feel afraid or uncomfortable.
Reserved describes privacy. A reserved person does not quickly share feelings or personal information.
Introverted describes a general preference for lower stimulation environments or time alone.
Let's use one person as an example. Sam does not talk much during meetings. He is quiet. Sam feels nervous when meeting new people. He is shy. Sam does not discuss his personal life quickly. He is reserved. Sam enjoys people, but after a party, he needs quiet time. He is introverted.
One person can be all 4, or only 1 or 2.
Exactly. Now choose the best word for you. I do not speak much because I prefer listening. Quiet. I feel nervous when I meet strangers. Shy. I do not share personal information quickly. Reserved. I enjoy social time, but I regain energy alone. Introverted.
Complete one sentence aloud. I tend to be blank when confident, assertive, arrogant, or bossy. Now we have another important group: confident, assertive, arrogant, bossy.
Confident is generally positive. It means you believe in your ability. I feel confident when I have prepared carefully.
Confident is generally positive. It means you believe in your ability. I feel confident when I have prepared carefully.
Assertive also has a positive meaning. An assertive person communicates needs and opinions clearly while respecting others. I'm learning to be more assertive during meetings.
Arrogant is negative. An arrogant person behaves as if they are better or more important than others.
And bossy is also negative. A bossy person gives too many orders and tries to control other people.
Compare these examples. Confident. I believe I can handle this project. Arrogant. No one can do this project as well as I can.
Assertive. I understand your opinion, but I would prefer a different solution. Bossy. Do it my way. I do not want to discuss it.
Confidence respects yourself. Assertiveness respects yourself and other people. Arrogance places you above others. Bossiness tries to control them.
That is a very useful difference. Real confidence does not need to make another person feel smaller.
Work personality. Personality vocabulary is especially useful in interviews and workplace conversations. Reliable.
Reliable means people can trust you. I'm reliable. I take deadlines and promises seriously. Organized.
Organized means planning tasks and information clearly. I'm organized, and I usually prepare a list before starting a busy day. Adaptable.
Adaptable means able to adjust when circumstances change. I'm adaptable. When a plan changes, I focus on the next solution. Independent.
Independent means able to work without constant help. I can work independently, but I'm comfortable asking questions when necessary. Cooperative.
Cooperative means willing to work well with others. I'm cooperative and enjoy helping a team reach a shared goal. Detail-oriented.
Detail-oriented means paying close attention to small details. I'm detail-oriented, especially when checking reports or important documents. Practical.
A practical person focuses on realistic and useful solutions. I'm practical. I prefer solutions that can be used immediately. Creative.
A creative person produces new ideas or approaches. I'm creative, especially when I need to solve an unusual problem.
Determined or stubborn. Some personality traits can sound positive or negative depending on the situation.
Take determined and stubborn. A determined person continues working toward a meaningful goal.
She is determined to improve her English, so she practices regularly.
A stubborn person refuses to change their opinion, even when changing may be sensible.
He was too stubborn to ask for directions, even though everyone was lost.
Another pair is honest and blunt. Honest means truthful. Blunt means direct in a way that may sound harsh.
Honest. I think this presentation needs more detail. Blunt. This presentation is boring.
Another pair. Careful and perfectionistic. Careful is usually positive. A careful person checks work and avoids unnecessary mistakes.
A perfectionistic person may expect everything to be completely perfect. That can sometimes create stress or delay.
You can describe this balance naturally. I'm careful with important details, although I sometimes spend too long checking my work.
How to talk about strengths. When someone asks, "What are your strengths?" choose one or two relevant traits.
Use this structure. One of my strengths is, this helps me when, for example.
Example. One of my strengths is patience. This helps me when I'm supporting customers or explaining something complicated. For example, I stay calm and try a different explanation if someone does not understand immediately.
Another example. One of my strengths is adaptability. This helps me when priorities change. Instead of focusing on the old plan, I look for the best next step.
Now practice. One of my strengths is. This helps me when. For example.
Excellent. Your example should be true. Do not choose a trait only because it sounds impressive.
How to describe a weakness politely. Now the uncomfortable question. What is one of your weaknesses?
A weakness is not proof that you are a bad person. It is an area where you want to improve.
So should I say, my weakness is that I am too talented?
That may create concerns about honesty.
Fair enough.
Use the weakness, effect, action method. Name the weakness. Explain the effect. Describe the action you are taking.
Example. I can be too focused on small details. This sometimes makes me slower. I'm improving by setting time limits and deciding which details are most important.
Another example. I used to feel nervous when speaking in large groups. This made me avoid giving presentations. I'm improving by preparing my main points and volunteering to give short updates.
Or, I can be impatient with myself when I make mistakes. I'm learning to notice progress instead of expecting perfection.
Now complete. One area I'm improving is. Sometimes this causes me to. I'm working on it by.
Your personality changes by situation. I am not exactly the same person everywhere.
That is normal. Use contrast phrases to explain different sides of your personality. Around new people, I tend to. With close friends, I. At work, I'm usually. At home, I can be. In stressful situations, I try to.
Here is my answer. Around new people, I tend to be quiet and observant. With close friends, I'm much more talkative and playful. At work, I'm organized and focused, but at home, I'm more relaxed.
That is an excellent personality description.
Although relaxed sometimes means leaving a cup in the living room for 3 hours.
Only 3?
Let's continue before this becomes too personal.
Listeners, complete these sentences. Around new people, I. With close friends, I. At work or school, I. When I feel relaxed, I.
What to say when you forget a word? What happens if I forget an important personality adjective?
Describe the behavior. Suppose you forget the word reliable. You can say, I'm the kind of person who does what I promise.
If I forget generous, I can say, I enjoy sharing my time and helping people.
Exactly. Use these rescue phrases. I don't know the exact word, but what I mean is, I'm the kind of person who. People often say that I. A good example is,
What if I use the wrong word?
correct yourself naturally. Sorry, I mean, let me say that again. That is not the exact word. What I mean is,
A missing word cannot stop the whole conversation.
exactly. If you can explain the meaning, the conversation can continue. Real social conversation. Imagine Ava and I are meeting at a professional networking event.
Hello, is this your first time at this event?
Yes, it is. I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ava. Do you normally enjoy events like this?
I do, although I can be a little reserved at first.
Really? You seem confident.
I'm confident in one-to-one conversations, but large groups can feel tiring. What about you?
I'm quite sociable. I enjoy introducing people and helping everyone feel included. However, I can speak too quickly when I'm excited.
What do you like at work?
At work, I'm organized, reliable, and fairly detail-oriented. I like clear plans, but I can adapt when priorities change. How would you describe yourself professionally?
I would describe myself as calm and practical. When a problem appears, I try to understand the facts before reacting.
And outside work?
I'm more playful and relaxed. I enjoy cooking, walking, and making highly intelligent jokes.
Highly intelligent?
The intelligence is sometimes difficult to notice.
Very well hidden.
Real job interview answer. Now imagine an interviewer asks, how would you describe yourself? A weak answer is, I'm nice, friendly, and hardworking.
Not incorrect, but too general.
A stronger answer is, I would describe myself as reliable, adaptable, and calm under pressure. I take responsibility seriously, and I try to communicate clearly with other people. I can be quiet when I first join a new team, but I become more confident as I understand the environment.
That answer sounds professional without sounding robotic.
Another example. I'm organized and detail-oriented. I enjoy planning my work and making sure important tasks are completed accurately. However, I'm also learning to be more flexible when plans change unexpectedly.
And for a social introduction? I'm warm, curious, and fairly easygoing. I enjoy learning about different people and ideas. I can be reserved at first, but I become more talkative when I feel comfortable. 1-minute personality answer. Let's create a complete 1-minute answer. Use this structure. Your opening, 2 or 3 traits, 1 example, 1 contrast, 1 quality you are improving.
Here is a model. I would describe myself as reliable, patient, and curious. I take my responsibilities seriously, and I enjoy learning new skills. People often say I'm a good listener because I try to understand their ideas before giving my opinion. I can be reserved when I first meet people, but I become more relaxed and talkative after I know them. One area I'm improving is speaking more confidently in large groups.
Now create your own 1-minute answer. You may pause the video and record yourself.
7-Day Personality Challenge. Here is your 7-day practice plan. Each activity takes 5 to 15 minutes.
Day 1. Choose 5 personality words that truly describe you. Write 1 sentence for each word.
Day 2. Use the trait-proof contrast method with 3 traits.
Day 3. Record a 30-second answer to how would you describe yourself?
Day 4. Practice these 4 words: quiet, shy, reserved, introverted. Create 1 example for each.
Day 5. Prepare 1 strength and 1 weakness. Use real examples.
Day 6. Describe yourself in 3 situations: with strangers, with close friends, at work or school.
Day 7. Record a complete 1-minute personality introduction. Listen to your Day 3 recording. Then, notice your improvement.
Ask, did I use more specific vocabulary? Did I explain my traits? Did I sound natural? Did I recover when I forgot a word?
Guided confidence practice. Repeat after us. I can describe myself clearly. My personality is more than 1 word. I can give examples of my strengths. I can discuss a weakness without attacking myself. I can be quiet and confident. I can explain a word when I forget it. I do not need perfect English to be authentic.
And finally, I can describe the real me. My personality is more than 1 word.
I can give examples of my strengths.
I can discuss a weakness without attacking myself.
I can be quiet and confident.
I can explain a word when I forget it.
I do not need perfect English to be authentic.
And finally, I can describe the real me.
At last, give your personality a voice. Today, you learned that describing yourself naturally requires more than a list of adjectives.
You learned to name a trait, prove it with an example, and add balance.
You also learned the difference between quiet, shy, reserved, introverted, confident, assertive, arrogant, and bossy.
Your action for today is simple. Record a 30-second answer to how would you describe yourself? Use 2 personality words and 1 real example.
Then complete this sentence in the comments. I would describe myself as blank because...
Subscribe to Speak English with Podcast for more real English conversations, B1 to B2 listening practice, practical vocabulary, speaking exercises, and confidence-building lessons with Ava and Alex.
You do not need impressive words to show people who you are.
You need honest words, clear examples, and the courage to speak.
Your personality already has a story.
Now your English can help you tell it.
I'm Ava.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next episode of Speak English with Podcast.